Hi everyone, welcome to episode 112 of the ARMY ThinkTank podcast. I am Jerem.
Jess.
And how are we doing this week?
We're doing all right. My show is finished, so it's been
round of applause.
Thank you. It's been very odd because my schedule is still very much like opposite of everybody.
Yeah.
And the problem is like I can't get too used to having like, nights open because I'm just gonna have to redo it all over again. So, it's been an adjustment, I guess, but it's been good. I actually have some free time, which is weird.
You say that every single time we finish a show, and it's funny every single time.
Well, it's it's crazy because I did these two shows back to back, so
that is very true, actually.
Really have a break in between.
You had a couple weeks, and that was about it.
That was about it, and then just right into the cycle all over again. It's been a year and almost 8 months of just
almost 2 years for you.
Almost just 2 years of straight doing shows. So I have a little bit more of a break this time. And then go to the Yoongi concert, and then potentially, as soon as I get back, I'll be starting another one. So it's my life. I chose it.
It's true.
A wise man said, "You chose this path, bitch." So.
I'm doing okay. A lot better than last week, where we had to cancel because it was. The adventure of Jan's AC are finally concluded.
Yay.
It was just way too hot to be sitting in this room for any length of time last week. But now I get to enjoy my PC again. So I'm very glad for that. And I can also sleep better because I'm not sweating my ass off every night.
Yeah.
It was to the point where Jacob and I we slept apart. He was sleeping in a bedroom and I was sleeping on the pull-out couch because
too hot.
It's just because we both have somewhat broad shoulders, and he's a tall, pretty muscular man. He's a big guy. And so even if we want to sleep comfortably, even if we decided to just have the one sheet or whatever, we will be touching each other.
Yeah.
And we're just this is not it.
This is not what I need to do today.
At this moment in time, with no AC and no airflow in this apartment, this is not it.
This is not it,
But I'm happy to report that we have not, since then, started sleeping together in the same bed as a married couple should.
Yes.
But no, it's been pretty great having a working AC.
Nice.
Hopefully, knock on wood, doesn't work again. Because summer is coming, and that's going to be brutal.
It's coming so quickly.
But because of that, man, we have a lot of things to talk about. So
lots.
Let's just get into it, because otherwise we'll never get into it.
No, absolutely not.
All right. So let's start with the heavy news first, I guess. Heavy-ish news. Weverse finally addressing the Weverse live harassment that we talked about in our last video 2 weeks ago.
Yes. So Weverse has decided to implicate some changes into their lives. So now they'll have technical measures. So based on certain text words that you use, they'll be automatically cleaned out of the chat, which is great. I think that's a really good.
I think I manifested it because I mentioned.
I think you did. I think you did. Reinforcing policies, being, able to ban somebody permanently so that they can't comment again. That's really great. Stronger measures against malice accounts, including ban from Weverse.
Honestly, I was kind of surprised, especially since it's a platform with really big artists that they
Yeah.
didn't have any moderation whatsoever in chat.
I know. Well, it's, you know, it's one of those things that's very difficult to like implement if you've never had to do it before. Like I'm
True.
sure V Live, sorry, had those measures in place because they had, that's what their entire company was based off of. But since Weverse has sort of taken over all of that, I think they were just kind of fumbling around with how they were going to go about these kinds of things. There will also be like stronger monitoring while the chat is going on, so like staff and stuff monitoring what's going on in the chats, which is good. I did like notice on a couple of lives, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but I did notice that there were more people commenting like good things and like more interactions that weren't so, I don't know, wild. Like a perfect example of that is when Hobi caught somebody asking him to speak in English, and then right after somebody had said, don't worry about speaking English, we'll learn Korean. So at least he like saw that and acknowledged that and stuff. But I think that these are like really good, like a good stepping stone to having more more measures being implemented in the future. I think this is a really good first step. By all means, it's not like the end all be all of things, because I still think that there are things that need to be improved upon going forward. But I think that this is a really good first step, and I am interested to see what they're going to implement later on in the future.
Overall, it will just make it a lot more nice and comfortable for both armies and BTS. Yeah. And like artists in general. Yeah. And like all the artists. And we know because of the V Live takeover, the acquiring of V Live, there we go, that more and more artists will be a part of Weverse. So it's very, very important that these rules are becoming more in place and being implemented in these kinds of things. And that doesn't mean that we shouldn't still be like reporting and blocking people who are making those really weird comments. Yeah, this is not going to be like a foolproof things, but it will help.
No, it will help a lot. It'll help us from like constantly having to like report, because I do notice that it's like the same sort of people commenting those things. So the more that they get banned, the more it'll be easier to be able to control the chat and what's going on. I mean, it was
also just allow like people that are reporting the whole time to actually enjoy themselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
Watching.
Yeah. So good job for Hybe for putting this out and making us aware of the changes that they're implementing, and we shall see what in the future they're going to be, what other features they're going to add to make it more comfortable for both of us. And hopefully our boys will be a lot more comfortable in the future doing lives for us. Yeah.
But on happier news, there's an OT7 OST for a new K-animated show called Bastion.
Oh my god! I'm so excited!
It's kind of bringing me back to like the Seventh Fate thing.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking too. I did like have a sneak peek of what the song, because they have like a trailer for it already. And it's so cute. It's so like hype and excited. It's very like, you know, anime-esque. So I'm excited. I can't believe we're getting an OT7 song. Let's go. It's gonna hold me over for now anyway.
Hey, listen, if it works, it works, you know.
If it works, it works. That's what I'm saying. I'm really excited. I'm interested to see what this show is gonna be about, because it kind of looks like, you know, like superhero-esque sort of thing, like maybe like Big Hero 6 kind of vibes.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like what's gonna be happening with it.
For sure. So let's go in function order as we usually do. So Namjoon this week has been pretty quiet, which is really fine.
It's surprising from Namjoon. Usually
he's doing his thing.
We have seen like a few updates on Instagram of him like in the recording studio and posting some just like random content.
He's always just hard at work, you know.
He's always just chilling. But we did get, because Soyoung, who did a collab with him, we know this collab. If you don't, where are you living under? Because seriously,
that song is fire.
It's fire. So her album, they actually have on Apple, I think is the only place you can listen to it. But they have an interview between the two of them about like the collab and how it came about and all this kind of stuff. And it's really like quite interesting hearing both of them like talk and ask questions. And he, like, Namjoon being his like, you know, regular self when it comes to things, like saying Soyoung asks, how can one be sure of anything? And Namjoon says, that's why I detest people.
I mean,
my man.
Same.
I mean, I agree. He still,
I always say that I hate it.
yeah.
I hate everyone except for the people that are close to me.
Yeah. But I do also love that, like, he's like, I want to have faith in people. I want to believe in them, love them. Even though I get betrayed by those people, I just can't bring myself to, like, you know, hate them or like do those kinds of things. And that's a very like Namjoon things to say.
He's got that very like positive view of life. And
it's quite fascinating. And you know, they were just talking about like life in general and art and these kind of things. And I love how he says at the end, I'm a pop star. It is a virtue of a pop star to spread love and trust. And I think that's like, that sums up Namjoon's personality just like so well, because
in
like
so few words too.
In so few words, because that's exactly what he does. That's exactly what BTS does, is spread love and trust. And I think as ARMY, at least like from my perspective, we all feel that in their music every time we listen to it. So you're doing good, Namjoon. That's exactly what your music is doing. You're hitting the mark, like right there. Right there.
For sure. So Jin, Kim trolled us a little bit with Hobi's enlistment and entering the military this week.
Yes.
So he was able to be there when the Hobi entered. All of them were there, but this dude,
this man right here,
just wrote next person on his post on Instagram.
I go from like, you know, like the Twitter photo crying, on Instagram crying because like Namjoon is posting and Hobi had posted and all the kind of stuff, and then I look at my man and he's just like trolling us all out here.
Next,
like, thank you, next. Like, what are we doing?
But also when Hobi posted his haircut photo, he's like, -1 day, it's like, it's happening. I was like,
he really just be out here trying to it's honestly
I think he's trying to make everyone feel better in his own way.
Yeah, he's trying to like lighten the mood and like make it funny, because like that's kind of like how we roll as ARMYs.
But also, dude's already buff.
I don't want to talk about it.
Help.
I can't, because I can't help myself. You see the problem here? Like, it's just like an ongoing situation where I'm not helping myself in any capacity.
Well, you say that, but have you seen all of Uni's photos this week?
Yes.
What do you think?
I'm dead. I'm literally dead. So that's perfect segue into the main man's here.
I did it on purpose.
You
know I did.
I know you did.
Then why do you think I'm also wearing this today?
Little meow meow, let's go. Okay, Min Yoongi, Suga, AgustD. So we had reacted to People Part 2 a couple weeks ago as our Sunday video. Wow, just I love that song so much. The more that I listen to it, the more that I love it even more. So with that music video, we also got him, you absolutely called this, because we got him on Palette with IU.
I'm a fucking psychic, dude.
Like amazing.
I'm a Yugi psychic.
You're a Yugi psychic. My main man on Palette. First of all,
but also I called Palette.
You did.
I called 8.
You did.
I kind of called people.
Yeah.
And obviously
People part 2. So like, yeah, the song choices. So 8, oh my god. That's my favorite performance of 8. Are you kidding?
It's the only performance.
True, but I mean, like, besides the music video, like, that is my favorite arrangement of that song.
Listen, Singer Yoongi, like that part at the end where they separated the lyrics, it's so good.
Ascended into a unit. Like, I can't. And then People, amazing. I'm so glad he performed that song.
I also love that IU just let him have that moment of singing it but performing it by himself.
Yes.
Chef's kiss.
Just again, the arrangement, like, I love the acoustic stuff. Like, it's just, it hits. I
just like the fact that's like my favorite D2 song too. Like having him perform it. Just
I hope he performs it live. This is my thing.
I really hope that happens for you.
I need it.
Well, I mean, I feel like because he's for sure going to be performing People Part 2.
Yeah.
You probably have very good odds that they'll perform People.
Probably.
I'm just saying.
And then People Part 2, again, like, I love the arrangement. The musicians did an absolute fantastic job of rearranging those songs. And IU's voice is just, my god.
Fucking love her.
It's so good. The interview portions, again, like, she is so, we talked about this when Hobi was on Palette as well, but the way that she makes people so comfortable to, like,
she's very
welcoming. Oh, it's amazing. And I love how Yoongi was so, like, honest about his thoughts about this, like, final chapter about D-Day specifically, and that this will be the last time likely that we'll be seeing AgustD in the form that he is now.
Just means we're gonna get Suga stuff.
Yeah, and I think honestly, like, he talked about this a lot of, like, you know, his, like, title D1 was very much like angry, like, this is an angry album. I'm expressing my anger.
He literally just said, like, I'm not angry anymore.
Yeah, and I think that this is, like, a perfect way to summarize these, like, you know, 3 together. Is like, I honestly feel like he's come past the angry stage and now it's into acceptance of, like, things,
like peace and
like acceptance and peace of, like, the things that you can't change, the things that happened, the people who have mistreated you or haven't treated you in the best, like, you can't hold on to that stuff anymore. And I feel like for him it makes it so much, like, lighter, and he's like, it is what it is, like, I'm a lot calmer now.
Listen, do you know how excited I am for Friday?
It's gonna be so freaking good.
Oh my, did I tell you I was able to pre-order the album?
Yeah.
I also got my photofolio.
Yay!
Oh my god.
But
it's so cute.
It's so cute. I love it. We also got some more D-Day trailers for the documentary film that will be happening. So we got an official trailer. We also got, like, a road to D-Day. They did some, like, behind the scenes. They also had, like, a few performance sort of snippets in there as well.
Yep, the little segments.
Yeah, he was, like, talking about in the, like, road to D-Day one, he talks about, like, his journey from D1 to D-Day specifically, and we also got to see.
Didn't he mention on Palette that, like, the first 30 minutes of the documentary is, like, extremely sad?
Yes. Yeah, he did. Which I'm not surprised. Like, you know, he has to go back and revisit these, like,
he's
feelings.
also been through a lot, like, on his personal journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we also got to see a you know, Sugar meets AgustD sort of interview where he interviews himself, which is very cute and hilarious. Again, it's nice to see this, like, you know, persona that he built with AgustD of, like, out of anger and pain and sadness to be interviewing who he is now, which is Suga. And, you know, it's more acceptance and peace and calm. And the contrast between the two of them is just so nice to see, especially, I can't wait to see what we're going to have with D-Day. Like, there's so many possibilities with that album. And
no, we need to do a reaction on Friday, you know?
Of course. Because speaking of D-Day itself, we finally got the track list. So let's go through the track list here. We have track number 1 is D-Day. Very interesting.
Yep.
Very, very interesting.
Seems par for the course, you know?
True. We also got the main track, obviously. That one is produced by himself, AgustD in this case. And then we get a feature track with J-Hope. Are you kidding?
So,
Huh?
my favorite unit, they're on my PC all the time. Hello.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, we tried to call another RM collab, but I'm not gonna say no to a Hobi collab.
No, hang on, because it does look like we're getting a rap line collab.
Listen, no.
With track number 10, Life Goes On, because Namjoon and Hobi are both credited on here. So I think that we'll be getting, I'm interested to see, because I remember the interview where they were talking to each other about Life Goes On, because they had created a few verses for it that were different from what we obviously saw.
Listen, who allowed him to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna release another song called Life Goes On, and I'm sure like ARMY's gonna be real fine with that. Remember how emotional we were for that song?
I do. I remember sobbing. I really do. And of course, People Part 2 will be a part of it. We also have El Capitan is featured a lot on here as a producer, which is new for him for sure. And then, of course, one of the main events. Let's just come right out and say it, because are you kidding me? Snooze. We're going to talk about that song for a second. You know why I'm going to talk about that song?
Go ahead.
Because one of my favorite people from the Roses, and if you don't know who the Roses are, get off this channel. No, I'm just kidding. Is going to be featured on this. I'm excited, if you can't tell.
I could not tell. At all.
Woo-sung is like such an incredible artist. The fact that he's going to be featured on this album is absolutely insane, which to me, this song is going to be a rock song, because if you don't know, the Roses are a rock band. And we've already seen like pictures, and I'm just like, ooh, I'm excited.
In heels though.
I'm excited. So yeah, we're getting like a ton of, obviously, like SDL is a track on here. I don't know what that's going to be about. We got like a few tracks that I'm really not sure really what the song itself is going to be about, but I'm excited. We're getting 10 new tracks. Like, how crazy is that? First of all, I'm excited. It's going to be lit. I'm out here just dying.
I'm not ready. It's in like 3 days.
I'm not ready, but also I am ready, but I'm not ready at the same time. I'm not ready. Yeah.
But anyway, we got a lot of Yoongi photos this week as well.
We did, yes.
The Mary Claire mag, we got the concepts, also the second concept being existé, which is like the French word for being, literally took me out. But also like he's in a tub. And
these photos, honestly, wow. He is going all the way out for this album. And I think it's fitting with the fact that it's going to be the last of this trilogy. Like, you can completely tell the vibe that's about to come, because it's like, this is my last chance to just lay it all on the table
I'm
and
freaking,
let it all go.
I'm about to explode over here, Jess.
I know. I'm aware. I understand. Like, I know. Which means that Sunday you will have a reaction video from us from the main title track, and that week we'll be breaking down the album from start to finish. I'm excited about it. You should be excited about it.
I'm already dead.
Let us know down below.
I'm already dead.
No,
It's not out yet.
Let us know down below what tracks that you're excited about. What's the anticipation? What do you think they're going to be about? Just let us know. Spam us in the comments. We'll have a nice conversation down there.
But also the episode of Sushita with YEONJUN and TAEHYUN. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
So Tae was great. He was
mostly there just to keep YEONJUN in check.
Yeah, he was calm.
Oh no,
he was chill. He was living his best life. Which was great. YEONJUN, here's the thing, like when you're offered a drink by somebody, especially somebody that you like admire and are you know, like who's older than you and they're sort of like your mentor, how can you say no to that? Like it's very hard to say no. It was the funniest shit. And then
it's also just funny because they started the thing being like, oh, but like the two that hold their liquor best and blah blah blah. And then at the end, YEONJUN is basically just saying over and over how grateful he is for Yoongi and BTS and MOAs, but over and over again, like he's repeating for the last like solid 10 minutes of that episode.
My boy
was so cute.
Wasted. Well, and then it's funny because he goes on to Weverse like the day that it was gonna be released and is like, don't watch it. Don't watch it. I don't know how it ends. I don't remember anything. Like MOAs were like, oh, spoil us. Like I wanna hear what you guys said. And he was like, I don't remember the last half of that filming. I don't know how I got home. I just woke up and I was at home. My man, I mean, hilarious. What
if they were gonna send YEONJUN by himself and then they were like, nah fam, you need someone to bring you home.
But besides all the hilarity of YEONJUN, it was very sweet to see TXT and members of BTS interact. We love our Mo Army moments, and I think it's really sweet, you know, Yoongi talking about how much of a team that they are and how much they've grown since
recognizing like their struggles and not minimizing it 100%. Because they are the brother group.
Yes,
that's why I'm putting into quotation.
Well, and that's a lot of pressure as well on them because they have to come after BTS. Like how do you do that? And to succeed as well as they have is incredible, and it's so nice to see like the mutual respect that they have for each other in their groups, because they're completely different. And I felt the same way when Yoongi was interviewing Hoshi as well with 17, because they're in the same company, right? Like it's this big pressure of holy crap, we have to come after BTS. Like how do you do that and still
and when you look at it, like 17 debuted not that long after BTS too. So
it's very sweet to see them interact with each other. I love their interactions because they're so, both of them, both TXT and BTS are just so humble and so proud of each other, which is very like sweet. Like anytime you can see like videos,
like most if not all hype group are like really good with that.
Yeah, they're like really good with each other. I
mean the freaking like run the gathering with all the groups. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's crazy good to like see them together, but also like to acknowledge how, you know, each of them have struggled, like regardless of
and how hard working they've been are going to be.
And you know, like having some really great advice from Yoongi as well, to be like, you know, it's okay to like feel these things, as long as you understand like how much the fans mean to you, how much your team
it's
your
how
family,
far you've already come.
and how far you've already come too. Like acknowledge that ability that you already have and just like push it forward, because as he said, like the future is limitless. There are so many possibilities that you can have
in the world of K-pop that has changed so much, especially since BTS debuted, and so that's like a good thing for newer groups, and
100%.
they'll be able to forge their own path into that industry, into the world.
That's the thing. Like we've talked about it a lot of like there will be no other BTS. Like there is no other BTS than BTS themselves.
We don't want another BTS.
We don't want another BTS.
We want the groups to have their own like singularity and be themselves and
100%.
do things that they actually enjoy.
Yeah.
So
it was great.
Episode 9 teaser. That I swear they're making it like
they're making fun of us at this point.
Yeah.
Like it's they're making fun of us. But episode 9, Yoongi is surprisingly missing, and we have a different interviewer.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know what to say.
We have this new interviewer named Kim Namjoon. Very odd. I've never met him before in my life, so I don't know what it's gonna happen. I don't know.
No.
And I don't know who the guest is. I mean, I don't know.
He looks familiar, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
No.
It's obviously RM interviewing Yoongi because his album's coming out.
Yes. Which, I mean, is there any other choice of an interviewer to interview Yoongi? Absolutely not. RM
if it would have been like,
choice.
Listen, if it was like any other member, nothing would have.
No.
According to him.
No. The Macnays would have just made that a clown fest.
That was literally run BTS every single time they need someone to like animate the thing.
Yeah.
It's like always G's like, here's a card, you're gonna make them do things. Like the one time they did Jin, the Macnay line was flirting with him the entire time. So RM was the only option.
It was the only option. He was literally the only option. Which I'm really like happy about. I obviously like the first episode was Namjoon and Yoongi.
And I mean, they've been together the longest too. So.
Yeah, it makes sense to have them interview each other, and they always have like such a really good rapport and super intelligent conversations. So I think that this will be like no different to that.
Yeah, which is going to be a really good time.
I'm excited about it, and Yoongi just gets to be his like little goofball self, and Jinny just gets to be a witness to that. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Why would he not promote his own album on this show?
It's true. It is. I mean, he did say to Jimin, like the reason he created this show was to promote the members' albums.
Yeah,
so
that is true. That is very true. Yeah.
So speaking of Hope, let's talk about our one and only J-Hope.
So it's pretty straightforward what happened this week. Well, in the past 2 weeks with Hobi. I mean, we've had the announcement for a while, so we knew it was coming.
Yep.
And so he posted whenever he entered, like Jin did.
Yeah.
He also posted his buzz cut on Weavers, with Jin trolling him as he should.
As usual, yes.
The buzz cut fits him more than Jin.
I agree.
He has a better shaped head.
He does.
I'm just gonna come out.
No. I agree. I agree. Yeah. So he had his last live, where he was talking about just like, you know, don't worry so much.
I saw the clips. I fucking cried.
Yeah, like don't worry so much. I love you. Just wait for me. That kind of stuff. So his live was very more reassuring than like sad, even though it is sad, and I definitely like cried obviously because
I mean it was his way of like saying like I don't know if there's an equivalent to this saying in French. We say ce n'est qu'un au revoir, ce n'est pas un adieu, which is basically like it's a goodbye, not like forever.
Yes.
Basically. And so I really felt that in his life. It's just like I will be coming back.
Yeah. Like, don't worry too much. I'm gonna be okay.
It's only temporary.
He said the same things as like, you know, they say when they're on like a flight, like I'll leave and come back safely, which I think is a very reassuring thing.
Have a safe flight, Hobi.
Have a safe flight. Like it felt reassuring, which is good. And I'm so glad like all the members were able to go. I know like for certain members it's probably harder than others because of the relationship that they have with each other.
Bro, the Magni line.
Specifically Jimin, I think it's the hardest to see Hobi leave because they're besties, forever roommates. Yeah. So.
Oh, I saw a comic on TikTok. I think it was today. It was basically them finishing like being there for Hobi entering the military, and then it's just Yoongi removing his hat and having his buzz cut, and it was like, nope, never mind. I'm entering at the same time as Hobi. I'm staying with my
I think I saw forever. That. Yeah.
That was really cute.
Yeah.
But obviously we're gonna miss our sunshine. He's gonna be back. It's again when we got the announcements, like it's okay to be sad.
Yeah, it's okay to feel however you want to feel about it. I think it takes time, you know, and I don't think you'll ever be over it. I'm certainly not.
And like knowing how even Jin was able to like come and like be on Beavers here and there, post photos here and there.
Yeah.
Like Hobi will definitely pick up on that opportunities as well
sure.
whenever he can.
Yeah, whenever he can, he'll obviously like update us and
because he's like literally the most active on Instagram. So I am not worried.
No, it'll be okay.
But poor dude has to exercise now.
I know. The worst thing ever.
He's like the one member of BTS that like dances all the time. He's like going to the gym. No, fam.
I don't want to. Get out of here. I mean, I don't disagree with that sentiment, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, same, but I had to go to the gym yesterday, so.
Tomorrow. Mine is tomorrow.
I also go tomorrow, so big sad. Anyway,
Jimin, he also had posted a photo with Hobi, really, really sweet and cute. It's one of my favorite photos now. I love it. We also got a behind the scenes in Vogue when Jimin went to New York City.
That was so nice.
It was so nice.
That was so nice.
It was so cute. I loved like.
I find myself listening to like because I've been binge watching Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah.
While I game.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I need a music break, and so I'll just go listen to like crazy like once or twice, and then go back to watching the Big Bang Theory. And I was like, I needed that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's like a restart in the day. You're like, okay, I gotta listen to like crazy. 3 minutes passed. All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
I need to reset for a little bit.
I need to reset a little bit. I agree.
Because I have like this one part in the song that I'm just literally obsessed with.
Yes.
And so I'm just like, I need to listen.
I need it. I need my daily dose of Jimin. I don't disagree with that. I have been, because of how many playlists I have, I kind of have to like pick a member a day and then just listen to their music for how long my playlists are.
I get that.
It was Hobi the last couple of days because I've just been sad, and then I was like, you know what? I gotta listen to Jimin today. I gotta like Jimin day.
I on a random note, speaking of playlists, I have this hype playlist for like
the Jimin stuff.
Yeah. And my most exciting moment is the random moment when Super Tuna comes on. It's like a minute and something of pure joy.
It's so good. Oh
my God. I'm on the treadmill just like
if you know, you know. Because honestly, fast.
And then I ended my cardio with Anti-Fragile yesterday, and I was like, oh my God.
What a way to end. Anti-Fragile?
I did not feel anti-fragile at that
No,
moment. Let me
no,
tell you,
no,
30
no,
minutes
no,
at an
no,
incline doing some speed walking is not.
It's not it. It's not it. It's not it. And that song goes hard for like no reason. And you're just
As in, you just
dead.
want to shake your booty, you know?
It's true. It's facts. It goes hard. I'm like,
As
what?
Kat would say, you just gotta shake your ass.
I mean,
She's right.
she's right. Honestly. We also got some like, this happens every single time that we have charted at the #1 spot on Bitchboard. They continue
They're just like, dude, he charted by himself. What is this?
What is going on? So obviously, because ARMY is too awesome, we have too much power apparently. They changed the rules again for the ability to hit #1.
What a surprise.
What a surprise. So their statement in saying we want to like, you know, hunker down on the amount of mass buying that's happening, and I'm like, realistically, that's not what's happening.
That is not what's happening.
That's not what's happening at all.
The
like,
fandom is just big enough that it may look like it's mass buying, but it's not.
Like, you can only create like so many accounts. Like, there's so many emails. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't.
Do you know how much, like, how hard it is to have more than like 3 emails?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, here's the thing, like, iTunes, you can only have so many. Like, there's only so many emails that you can actually put in there, because a lot of the time your phone number is attached to it.
Also, I'm just saying, iTunes now sucks.
Oh,
it's not
iTunes
what it was, and iTunes is the worst.
It's the worst. So now they're cracking down on the amount of emails that you can have attached to your accounts. Well,
it's not going to change anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not going to change anything. And I'm just like, they're only doing this to make it hard on us, because they know how much power we have, and they're trying to diminish the amount of.
They're trying to do all of this, but like, it seems to not like sink into their brains.
No.
That the fandom is just that
this big. Yeah, we're this big. Well, and the other problem is like, when you have a foreign artist up on your chart, it means that the companies that are paying for those slots, because realistically that's what's happening, is certain companies are paying for the spots that they're at. And when you have a foreign company on there who has an artist that you're not paying for, that's a problem. That's a bottom line problem, and that's a Billboard problem, because that's their chart and they're realistically controlling it. So they want to minimize the amount of foreign artists that are on that chart, is basically what it is. And it's pretty racist, obviously, and pretty xenophobic.
You know what I'm gonna say to that? How many weeks did we chart fucking Butter? We were on. I shouldn't say this on YouTube. We were on the C word.
Yeah.
Because
it was
that was insane. We thought we did insane with Dynamite. I think we doubled it with Butter, if not more.
We did.
So I'm not worried. It's Bitchboard.
Yeah.
So.
We've worked around it before, and we'll continue to obviously, like, we have no choice but to follow the rules that they put in place.
And even with following the rules, we will prevail, because the fandom is that big.
Exactly. So, you know, for Yoongi's album that's coming out, just like stay focused, make sure you're streaming, buy if you can. I think streaming is probably the easiest way that we can support them, because a lot of people can't afford to buy like all the album and stuff like that. So the best way that you can do it is to stream in the proper manner. If you want to see what a playlist looks like, mine are tagged down below, and I have a lot. So
Jess's playlists are fire. So if you want to stream, just use Jess's playlist.
I will obviously make new ones for the new album, as I usually do. It'll be like 2 to 3, depending on what mood I'm in that day. But yeah, so like, keep it vigilant. Like, it doesn't this thing with the Billboard doesn't mean that we don't love the boys any less than they. It's just we're having to work with within the bounds of the rules that are being hindered on us, basically. So
I'm still so freaking proud of Jimin for achieving that.
oh, absolutely. And as we know, like him and Yoongi both have been on the like digital sales charts for a couple of weeks now, at the number 1 and 2 spots. So it really,
they are there because they deserve it.
exactly, yeah. And the charts ultimately don't matter in the grand scheme of it. Like it doesn't mean that we don't love them any less to not see them at
it's
those.
just like kind of a way for us to like show them our support, but ultimately they know that we are.
Exactly, yeah. Ultimately they know that we love them and that we support them. So just stay focused on that and everything will be fine.
All right.
Anyway, Kim Tae-hyun, Mr. Tae, Tata, V, as it were.
Tata my face.
Tata my face. Episode 7 of Jinny's Kitchen. I watched it on Sunday, as you guys saw on Instagram. I did like a little photo because I had a Korean hot dog because I was craving Korean hot dogs.
Oh my god, so. I found out that there's a Korean hot dog place, like a Korean corn dog place, like maybe 20 to 30 minutes away from here.
Yes,
and I talked to my in-laws, and I think at one point when my stepmom-in-law is able to like be more mobile and stuff, we might have a family outing go eat some Korean corn dogs.
It's so good. Oh my god.
I miss this so much.
So good. I had to have one because I've been watching this for the past, what is it now, like 10 weeks?
It's episode 7, so take it as you will. Probably 7 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. The last episode is coming out on Friday, and then obviously like I'll be watching it on Sunday with the Goyles, as I usually do. The Goyles. But episode 7 was really freaking hilarious.
As usual.
As per usual, like I love seeing Wooshik is the funniest person ever. Like I can't with him most of the time. I'm like, you're ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Also his part for the new movie, like the photos and I think the trailer is out. Have you seen?
For
Marvel.
Marvel? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have. Are you kidding me? Cad won't leave me alone.
I should have known.
She's on top of it, trust me.
I really should have known.
Yes, Sojun is all over in that Marvel. His hair in that trailer? Sir, if you don't.
Flowing locks, I tell you. He's got better hair than I do.
Dead. Dead.
He's got better hair than I do.
Like, it's only like a small section, but I'm just like, my boy.
Like, hell yeah.
I love it. I'm into it. We also he was at a Celine event. So we got some photos from that. And he's looking so good. His like fluffy hair. Oh, this era of Tae's hair, I'm absolutely in love with. Like the dark color with the fluffy.
Listen, for the past couple years, he's had like that fluffy, like longer hair.
I love it. I love it. It's my favorite. It's so good.
Me too. And remember when he dyed his hair for Dynamite and how I was so devastated because his dark like floofy hair from before that was like everything, and then he went back to it and I was like, yes.
I mean, I loved his hair in Dynamite, but that dark fluffiness just like it just suits him.
Because his hair was still fluffy in Dynamite. It was just like a lot lighter.
It was a lot lighter. Yes.
There's something about black hair BTS that
it hits. It freaking hits.
It just tickled my fancy, you know?
I just like it. He also went live twice. So the first time was like with Hobi and JK because they were over at his house.
JK just doing the dishes and the laundry.
The man is a domestic dog dad, so it makes sense. He also went on live by himself because he wanted to. He like brought us out a candle and he was like, I want to be like Jungkooky, but like I can't because I don't have the right lights.
He did one with Yeonjun too, right?
He did, yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, he went live with YEONJUN, which was very cute. And then he went live by himself, and he was just talking about music and stuff. He also like just straight up spilled an entire song that he was like, I'm probably not going to release it, but here you go. And we were just like, no, you have to release it though. You can't just, you're going to just, okay.
You can't.
I'm sure the staff were like on fire. Just like, what are you doing? Why are you spilling this song? And he was like, I don't care.
But we already know that like the Maknae line are just freaking savages.
I was just,
they're the cutest savages, but they're savages.
I was just like, boy, oh, what are we doing? I don't know.
I'll send you what we're doing. Give me 1 second. This is what we're doing, Jess.
Yeah, we're clowns all day, every day, just clowning. And Tae is the biggest clown of all. Like he clowns us so hard. Like, don't go on live for like 5 minutes. Like, what are you doing?
It's not the first time, and it's not gonna be the last.
No, not at all. Not at all. And then the last thing we got from Tae was a Bangtan bomb behind the scenes of Jinny's kitchen, just like the press conference parts of it. Really sweet. Again, like it's amazing to see all of them.
I'm assuming like possibly when like the series is like over, we may get some like actual behind the scenes.
I'm sure.
Because that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure we'll get some behind the scenes of it, which is really fun because I have such a good time watching that show. Like it's so funny.
I mean, I'm excited to binge watch it.
Yeah, it's good. It's great. I have such a fun time enjoying it, and it's such a nice thing to like, I don't know, just hang out with your friends and like watch together, and it's such a good time.
Yeah, I'll probably like choose myself like a rainy day or something.
Yeah.
On my couch and watch it.
Yes. Just make sure, this is advice that I'm gonna give y'all, because eat before you watch it. Because
or eat during.
Or
eat
during.
Or make your food before, but like eat during.
Yeah. Because every time I've watched it without eating, I'm starving afterwards. And I'm like basically I just rush order food because I'm like, I need it right now. That's what happens.
Oh, speaking of food, Jacob has made like this amazing homemade tacos this week.
Oh yeah, I love tacos. I love Mexican food.
I forgot to take a photo, but it was like
that's the other thing. Good. It's like they're in Mexico, so all Mexican food plus Korean food. I'm like, my two favorite cuisines.
Like Mexican Korean fusion would be
amazing.
Fire. Yeah.
I also did hear that because of how successful the the restaurant was, they're gonna open it up as like a Korean restaurant. It's not gonna be obviously. They're not going to be the servers and stuff, but I did hear that they're going to open a Korean restaurant in the same spot with
that's
like the
really
same
cool
recipes and all that kind of stuff. So
that's really, really cool.
Yeah, I think that's like so cool to have. Like it was so successful that they want to like do more of it and have more Korean food. And I'm here for it. Like I love the customers because they're like, we've never experienced anything like this. And it's always good
they're
to
like really open to try it.
And it's like expanding your mind. And I find like there's not a lot of cuisines besides like, I find like Mexican food, Korean food, a lot of it is like shareable. Like you're
very
experiencing food together. Which I think is one of the
Indian food is that way as well.
Indian food too, yeah. There's a lot of like Asian cuisine food that like you have to come together to experience the meal together.
It's very like heartwarming.
Yeah, and it's so nice to see how like happy the customers are, and they're like passing food back and forth, and they're just like enjoying it. And there was like one couple who was like, we should definitely go to Korea and like do like a food tour.
Take me. Just say it.
Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. I want to go. Hopefully this year.
I want to go so bad. Not me. I'm gonna go back to Canada before I go to Korea. So
fair enough.
I got some people to meet.
You do. This is facts.
Including the person I'm talking to right now. Just saying. But anyway.
JK. John
fucking
Jungkook.
underwear folding on
Okay.
V-Live,
Yes.
on Weaver's Live.
So as we said before, Hobi and Tay were at his house just chilling. They left, and then he jumped on live again to do laundry. Because, yeah. To be honest, okay, I'm gonna be real for a second, but like laundry is the worst chore. But he also made it look
I'm the
kind
one
of
doing
fun.
it every week.
I hate laundry as a chore because also most of my laundry is air dry only. So I have to wait like a day to put it all away.
Oh shit, I have to put mine away. It's been 2 days.
That's literally me though.
Thank you, Jess.
The worst chore. I would rather vacuum and do the dishes than I would do laundry. It's annoying. I hate it.
Also.
But I will say Jungkook made it kind of fun. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm glad we're folding underwear on V-Live. That's my favorite thing. You can't say that, you know, they don't promote well. I'm just throwing that out there.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
But okay. But also, this guy just casually went to California.
Yes.
And then we're like, oh, he's probably gonna be like recording or whatever.
He was.
Possibly, yeah.
We got like a Instagram post from both Mr. Bang and that other guy that I hate.
Yeah.
The other one. So
but
I think for this recording, I think it's one of two things. Either he's making his album, because he did say he wanted to come after Yoongi. But the other thing that I saw was that he's making a song with Justin Bieber for his new album.
maybe it's both.
It could be both. I kind of feel like it's the latter, though, for some reason. Like their voices would work really well. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It would be like a when Shawn Mendes and Justin Bieber had their collab together. That's what it would be like because their voices are very similar.
Can you imagine a Shawn Mendes and a BTS collab?
Ah, come on, do it. It'd be good.
And maybe I'm gonna manifest it. I'm having Yoongi powers now.
Yeah.
Remember what Yoongi wants, Yoongi gets.
I do.
What Jan wants, Jan gets.
Apparently. Just like getting it. The other thing that we saw, because Jungkook rearranged his schedule so that he would be able to see Hobi off. As like Hobi was talking about it in the live that he wasn't sure if Jungkook was gonna make it, and Jungkook said, I'm gonna rearrange my schedule so that
Jungkook was like, I am not gonna let you leave without me being there. Exactly.
So but before he left California, he went to Coachella. And the only reason that we know that, I love you, JK, but you're a dumbass. Like, genuinely.
I can't believe ARMY recognized me. I cut my bangs.
Boy, we would recognize you if you were wearing a snowsuit. Like, I don't think you understand.
No. I mean, recognize you if you were wearing that dwarf costume from that one dance practice.
Yeah. You don't think you changed your hair. That's it. You just cut your bangs.
It barely changed. He probably just got a trim on his bangs.
Oh my god. I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? I'm glad you had a fun time at Coachella, though.
But at least we know that JK is the biggest clown of us all. So
that's very true. And you know, with that new haircut, we got some more Calvin Klein photo drops.
Okay, I woke up to those photos being sent to me this morning, and that was not okay.
No.
Because like I've said this before, it's like Yoongi is my bias. He will probably always be my bias. But I personally feel this kind of connection to JK because we are the same age. And I'm just over here like, it's kind of like watching photos of a hot brother. And I'm not here for it. But also I'm here for it.
I don't know what to say.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And honestly, I'm pretty sure Calvin Klein's having a really fun time. With us going like feral in the comments, because the last time that they had posted it was like want to see more, like very like cheeky-esque, and I was like, if you don't, get out of here, but also stay, but also leave.
Oh my god, she sent me a gift too. That's cruel. What the hell?
It's
why? Let me send it to you because I'm not suffering alone.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. That's what I woke up to this morning.
Okay. I don't know what to say.
Help.
I can't. How am I supposed to help you when I can't help myself?
Oh, just get on the floor with me.
I was. Didn't you see my Instagram post this morning?
I saw that cat, like all of them.
Oh god. Anyway, it's been a week. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening to us. Give yourself a good hand for listening.
A round of applause.
Round of applause.
If you made it this far, write banana bread in the comments.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Get yourself a good loaf.
Oh my god. Anyway, because we talked a lot this week, we're going to skip artists of the week and go directly into songs of the week.
Yeah.
So what are your songs this week, Jess?
Okay, my BTS song is Her. If you know, you know. And if you don't, go listen to it right now, because I can't. I don't know. I was feeling a very, like, rap line oriented this week, so Her was the one that came up. It's very, like, soothing and calming, and their voices together in that song are just so good that I could not listen to it. So, and my non-BTS song is by a British band called Bastille.
Fucking Bastille.
Yes, and their song Pompeii, except it's a specific version of the song, and they were live in Paris at one of the museums, and they were doing this acoustic set with no instruments at all, so it was all like clapping and voices, and it's just so good. And his voice is insane in that song. Like, the lead singer's voice is just so freaking good. So that's why it's my song this week.
Pompeii is a good song.
It's a good song. It's a good song. So.
Anyway. So my BTS song this week is Arson by J-Hope in honor of Hobi entering the military. And also because that song is literal fire.
It's literal fire.
Pun intended.
Absolutely. 100%.
And my non-BTS song is Cage of Desire, which is a like a collab between Higen Irithil, which is a new mobile game, and Nijisanji En. They basically like for the members, and Alouette, Maria Marionette, Elira Pandora, and Pomegranate did like like they say an amazing song for like the title track.
That's awesome.
Game. That song is amazing, and you wouldn't think that like a lot of people have like are like, oh, like VTubers, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They're fucking talented, and so I highly recommend you go and listen to it. It's really good. But yeah, those are my songs this week.
Love it.
And that's gonna bring us to the end of this catch-up session, because that's basically what it was.
Yes.
But as usual, we have a new podcast episode coming out every Thursday, and a new clip coming out every Sunday at 3 p.m. EST.
Yes.
Stay tuned for our reaction this week for Yoongi's title track.
Yes.
But otherwise, you can listen to us on the go, basically on any app where you would listen to podcasts on the go. You can also find us on our social medias at Army ThinkTank or at Army ThinkTank Podcast.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. On that note, have a good week. We'll see you on Sunday and Thursday.
Yes. See you guys.
Have fun. Bye.
yet to come.